Hello, everybody. Guess who's back? It's Madilynn Dale, but this time she's drawing with me live. Right? Not scary at all. Actually, I'm a little, to be honest with you, I'm a little worried because, see, I feel like in this particular case, I might be the expert in this one. I don't know, right? I don't know on this.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, how did this happen? Like, you know what I mean?
I'm good with words.
Yeah. Me too. Me too. I just am unwilling. I got myself a brand new sketchbook actually because
Yay!
well, I have sketchbooks just for my novel. I don't want to actually, like, when I do these drink and draws, I don't want to do the drink and draw stuff in the same notebook.
That's good.
Yeah, so this is what this is. This is going to be, we're starting today with Batman because it's all about the Batman related characters.
Yes.
So it is entirely up to Maddie what she wants to draw. But first things first, what's been going on with you?
Not a lot. I'm hoping whatever that was that fell in the background just now wasn't broken. I'm working on a bunch of different book stuff. I'm almost done with the second novel in the Ember trilogy. I've actually been working really hard. I feel like Joe Compton's going to throw something at me if I don't get it done soon. He actually really enjoyed the first book, and I did bounce some ideas off of him about killing a certain character off. So I'm not sharing that. I've only maybe off the air. We'll tell Josh. But yeah, and I also started something new unintentionally. I found a pre-made cover for a book. And I got to thinking about it because it's going to be, I'm calling it Finding Myself, but I'm creating a character that's basically going to share all the shitstorms in her life that have led to her growth. So.
Oh, that's always kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm playing with my little project right now. So my first sample client is being done. I came up with, I think, a fun angle to go with her, right? She was actually on the podcast earlier this week. She's about as tough a client as you're going to get in, like, the best way. So it's going to be interesting to see because she's going to probably push me to be my absolute best. Also, I might have accidentally found a client in the city, actually a Chinese restaurant as well. Yeah, it's because this, like, you know what I'm doing. It applies to small businesses just as much as it applies to writers, right?
When we talked about it, I didn't even consider that in there. You're gonna do awesome at this.
I think. Well, we'll find out. Like that's what we're about to find out this weekend. Can I do awesome at this? But assuming I can.
Yes, you will.
Yeah. Assuming yes. No, I don't. Once again, folks.
Okay. Yes, can you please go play in the living room? Well, I am on a show, bud. Daddy will be home in a little bit and he can play with you.
I'm working.
Yeah, you're working.
She's working.
Are you building something over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep working on it.
This has a disturbing echo, like deja vu feel all over it. It's like I've been here before.
I even turned the show and everything on for him. He's tired. He is not napped, but like 10 minutes today. We've had soccer practice today. He's been at play school and everything. And he's just like, nope, I'm going to stay awake. We're going to do what his mom's doing. Who cares about Bluey? Let's go with here.
And you're like, tears in your eyes. No.
Yes. I was like, oh, he'll be so tired. He'll lay down, watch TV, and leave me alone. No. See, what I get for hopeful thinking.
No. See, parenting to me sounds like it. Like, you know, it's much like life. The best laid plans, right?
Yes.
It's the best laid plans, and they just go to complete shit, right? It's just like
yes.
Nope.
So true, because it's true. Like nothing ever works out the way you want it to, and soccer practice didn't work out how I wanted it to. He spent the last 30 minutes crying. So.
Why was he crying?
He was tired, and he didn't like that he didn't get picked to be a cop for the Cops and Robbers game.
Oh, he was a robber? He was a robber?
He was a, what was he? Oh, yeah, he was a robber, and they had to kick over all the cones with their soccer ball, and he wanted to be the cop to fix the cones instead of kick them over, so. Yeah.
So he wanted to solve the. I don't want to break the cones. I want to make the cones. I never thought I'd be opening a podcast talking about soccer balls and cones.
I know.
Here we are.
Oh.
No, but I mean, kids are the ultimate adventure at the end of the day. I mean, you bring them into the world, and they're experiencing everything for the first time, and you're like, wait, I'm the smart one. Oh, shit.
I have learned I am definitely one of those parents that's over competitive too, and I'm trying to curb that because I'm like, I don't want to be that person.
Oh, no.
I mean, my brother-in-law, he's been kicked out of a game because one of my nephew, when he started playing football, somebody like head checked him or something, and like my brother-in-law lost it, and they ended up kicking him out of the game. So,
see, legitimately speaking, as someone that has spectated hockey games with parents, oh, I hate that shit so much because it's not the kids. The kids, I don't care. Like they're doing what they're doing. The parents are the absolute drizzling shits.
They are.
Yeah.
It's bad.
No.
Because, I mean, I was a cheerleader, and I remember stuff like, thankfully, there weren't many parents of, like, the girls that were on my squad that were bad, but, like, dance moms is all I'm going to say. So.
Yeah, no, because here's the thing. Yeah, some of you have aspirations to become professional athletes or professional at what you do. But for the most part, most of you are just there to have some fun and hang out with your friends. That's pretty much what it is.
Yes.
Right?
That's part about it.
Yeah. So, and when your mom's like, you could be more, you could be competitive, it's like, no, I don't want to fucking do that, Mom. I don't want to do that. I just don't.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Right?
And I was pushed to do that as a kid, and I'm like, I don't want to do that to him because it really messes with kids' heads, you know? Like,
yeah, because, well, again, if he wants to, that's a different discussion, right? Because then pushing that excellence on them there's a fine line with that too, but at least then it's understandable because, again, now they're serious about it. They're going to be competing against other kids who are serious about it. So you have to create that discipline in them.
Yeah.
But if that's not the goal, and they're just there to hang out with their friends and have a good time doing a really cool sport, whatever that might be, fuck it, right? I mean, just let them have fun, right? Yes. If they want to do it competitively, they'll tell you. Kids generally will tell you what they want to do.
Yeah,
right?
And so far we're not there. I mean,
no.
So
at this point, here's the deal. You bring like a stress ball or a pillow. Okay, you bring a stress ball or a pillow.
Yes.
And when you watch what's going on, you scream into the pillow. Get it all out of your system that way, right?
That's a good idea, actually.
No, yeah, it's a really good idea, right? It's simple, right? Don't fight that feeling. You let it out in a constructive way. And if your kid says, is something wrong with mommy? Yes, something is wrong with mommy. That's why I'm screaming in the pillow.
Yes.
Because I'm trying to make it better. Then eventually you'll get all awkward and shy, and you're like, okay, I better know how to control this shit a little bit better, right? But bringing a pillow to scream into when you watch this shit, it's just like, okay, you know it's good. I'm not going to be the killer psycho hockey mom.
No.
Right? Like, you don't want to be the helicopter mom, but you also don't want to be like, you don't want to be the psycho, like competitive mom either.
I refuse to go there. It's not going to happen.
Nope. But you danced on that line. I could tell. Like, you're like, the line felt good. It was almost like Darth Vader X. It's like,
yes,
this is the dark side of the Force. Yes. This is the dark side, and it feels good. Wait a minute. This isn't about me.
Mm-mm.
Yes. Remember that. I
did. I had to give my pep talk to myself in the car, and then I called my best friend who I grew up playing softball with, and it's like, just wait till your daughter starts. It's a whole new ball game. Like, it's not the same. It's not what you expect. She's like, I know, I'm dreading it. It's like, because she was way more competitive than I was as a kid. And I'm like,
God. So your best friend's kind of like, oh no. This is going to be my karma coming back to bite me. It's funny
because her daughter is like a little over a year younger than Harrison. So when something happens, she calls me. She's like, did this, and this happen? I'm like, yes, here's what's going to happen. This is what you need to do. Like, just hang in there. It's going to get easier.
Yeah, it's like, is this happen? It's like, yes, it will. So this is what's gonna happen. Remember, it's not about you. But listen, I get wanting to kill. I understand these feelings of wishing harm on other people you shouldn't be wishing harm on, because this is your baby, and you're like, hello, hello, friends. Tell Harrison Pooh says hi.
Harrison, Joe says hi.
Hi. Hi, Pootie.
So Joe,
Hi,
you're gonna watch.
Pootie.
So Joe, so the last time Harrison was on the show, he took it over. So this time we haven't started drawing yet, simply because.
No, you cannot sit in my lap.
Please.
No, because we're gonna draw.
Well, never mind. I spoke too soon.
Yes.
Spoke way too soon.
We're not okay. Okay, you can draw 2, but go get your colors.
No, I want to word out
We're gonna have 2 of us draw. Obviously. Hold on, let me move the drinks and get you something
Okay.
to draw on.
So Harrison, can Harrison hear me or no?
Not yet. Here, Harrison, listen to Josh. Josh wants to say hi. He's gonna teach you. We're gonna do something. Here, put this on. You gotta be able to hear him if you're gonna draw.
Okay.
Hi, Harrison. Hi.
Hi. Hi, Poopy.
How you doing?
Hi, Poopy.
So
Hi,
Harrison.
Poopy.
So Harrison, you like to draw?
Hi, Poopy.
Do you like to draw?
Hi, Poopy.
Can you hear him?
Hi,
Listen.
Poopy.
You're not supposed to say hi anymore.
Hi, Poopy.
We're just gonna repeat
I don't
that.
think he cares. I think he just wants to
Yeah.
come say hi.
Yeah, it is Batman. That's who we're gonna draw. You want
Yeah.
to draw him with us, or do you want to go get your Batman? But not the big Batman,
Why?
the littler Batman. Okay, go get the big Batman. You can go get the big Batman. Here's your book to draw in. Oop, there goes the camera.
No.
I'm gonna draw something else in there.
Okay, you can draw something else. Here, use this purple
Ah.
pencil. You gonna put that in your ear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Poopy.
Are you gonna draw Batman with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can draw.
I don't want.
Yeah. Yes.
Dad will be
Second-
home in like maybe
Dad-
45 minutes. So hopefully we're not done by then and I'll have a little bit of peace.
So basically, Joe. So yeah, this is the second time Harrison has held the show hostage. It's
Mommy,
No, because you're using the colored pencil. Those are mommy's new pens. You're not opening those either.
So
All right.
the biggest drinker on the drink and draw was Ron Lair. Like generally speaking, Ron came on to draw as an excuse to drink, but at least he drew, right? At least he drew, right? So
Yes.
it's one of those situations where you kind of look at it and go, okay, I get you. I understand exactly what's going on.
I don't use
and-
those.
But anyway, I'm gonna go grab my pens. But I don't know. Did you see my drawing from yesterday?
Was it the fighting looking female?
Yeah.
Yes. That looked awesome, by the way. You have
Yeah.
you're getting it. I'm excited.
Yeah, almost. I actually here was the sign I knew I made it. I was getting criticism about my anatomy from an actual comic book professional on there. It's like, yes, I've made it. I'm getting criticized,
Good.
right? It's like, yes.
And
But at
practice
this
makes
point-
perfect.
Well, I just look at where I was. Actually, I think my favorite response was my sister's response. Your jaw just like hit the floor. So in like she was on about 10 episodes ago.
Yeah.
And so she likes doing this to me because she's been drawing her whole life. She will draw with her left hand, right? And that is who she is. So she did that to me so she hosted one of my shows. So she made me sound like a goldfish and she made me draw. And she made me draw with her. Right?
Yeah.
And so to see this response from her was hilarious. Like, yeah, I can surprise you sometimes. Now, still got I still consider this more like hobby and fun, but I think like I said,
Hey,
I do have some illustration plans for my own books. And yeah, so I mean, I'm getting better at this stuff, so I can actually start. When I know I'll get really good at it is when I'm being able to do action stuff, like actually storytelling stuff.
That'll be fun.
Yeah,
I think you're
I'm
gonna
not-
get there really fast, honestly.
Yeah, maybe. Like I said, it's weird. If you had told me a year ago, hey, you're writing and drawing your own books now, I'd be like, like no. But it's like, yeah, it's possible. One
Getting
second, I'm just
there.
gonna grab my bearings. Yeah,
Okay,
getting there.
sounds good.
1 second. Ugh.
Go get your Kindle. I'll turn it back on for you.
All right. So which Batman am I going to do? I think I'm going to do this one. So I'm doing.
Can you help? Can you help me?
What do you need help with?
Give me your Kindle.
Your Kindle's in your bedroom. Go get it.
I need help.
I can't help you. Go. Go find it. It's a treasure hunt. Go find it. We'll get cookies tomorrow if you can find it.
What?
We'll get cookies with your toy tomorrow if we can find it. Oh,
That's
that Batman is cool.
That's the one I'm going to try to draw.
I like
I'm
it.
going to try to draw that. So we'll see how I do. I'm just showing everybody what I'm going to be doing,
Yes.
right? So that people can see it.
Yes.
What I'm working on. Now I don't know if I'm going to get it on the first try or second try. It's one of those things. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing.
I think
Now,
I'm
which
going
one-
to try the one where he's flying. Like, he's got his arms stretched out.
You can share the screen if you want to show it to us.
How do I don't know how to do. Oh, I've got a split screen. How does that?
So there's a share screen. Yes. There's so you see this.
One.
We're going to try this and see if it shows. Oh, it will show. Okay, yeah.
I don't want to do that one.
I'm not asking you, Harrison. Okay. I think I
I'm
did
This is
it.
what, yeah, so that you're doing that one, boy.
I'm
Okay.
gonna do this
Yes,
one.
I'm going to try to do that.
That
do
is
that one.
intense Batman. Okay, that's intense Batman. Okay.
I may be in
Got
over my
this.
head, but we'll see.
Hey,
We're gonna
hey,
see.
listen. So here's the thing that has thrown me off when I'm drawing. Things that I thought would be easy have kicked my butt.
Yeah,
Things that I thought would be impossible, I do.
this is Mommy's. This is yours. You cannot sit in my chair, and yeah, I've got to have my arm. Okay. Okay. Are we starting?
I'm starting.
Okay,
I mean, go at your pace.
Okay.
I'm
Harrison?
expecting. Hey, Anita.
Really, dude?
How you doing?
Really, dude? What are you doing? Quit. What
As you
are
can see,
doing?
Anita, Harrison has taken the show hostage again.
Let me go find his Kindle. I'll be right back.
No worries. Ladies and gentlemen, I think Mr. Harrison is quite tired, and that's what we're dealing with today. So actually, Joe, are you still there, buddy? Because I should be telling you something. I've been working on something pretty quietly for the last little bit, and I haven't let you in on it. And I probably should.
Very tired.
Yes. He actually, you know what? He might get to the point. He actually legitimately might get to the point where he passes out.
That would be okay with me.
Yeah.
Well, you can't sit in my lap right now. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Here you go. Get down. Go sit on Mommy's bed with Rush. Go sit with the cat. Well, you're not sitting in my lap because I need to do this, and you need to be patient with Mommy. Get down. Okay, well then take this stuff and go draw on the bed, but you're not going to sit in my lap and push me away from the computer. Okay? You can sit on the floor if you want to do that. Sit in the cave. Quit standing on that shelf. It'll break. All right. We're just going to wing it.
Yeah, okay. No worries. No
So,
worries.
Harrison, if you sit on my lap, you cannot kick and you cannot scream. You're not going to play your Kindle in my lap. You can go sit on the bed. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, man. Gotta love being parents, right?
I would not know.
Yeah, it's true. I was like, wait, Josh, you're not there yet.
No. No. One day, I'm sure I'm going to have a son or a daughter driving me crazy some days. I'll be like, this is everything. Knowing my luck, it'll be someone just like my sister. Like, oh God.
Yes. Oh man,
That
he has so many traits like my siblings. I'm just like, why did you guys curse me?
because there's a deep
Yes.
love.
How do you do that one?
You can do that one. Get your pen and paper.
No. I want you to do
I am
it.
trying to do a different one. I don't know if I can do that one, bud. Harrison, quit pushing me out. You hear me groan at him and growl.
So
It's me trying not to snap at him.
I understand it's mom stuff. It's mom stuff. I can't. I will not interfere. like-
Harrison. He keeps trying to push off the shelf on my desk
Mm-hmm.
and push me backwards. I'm like, oh, quit.
Just don't.
Pepe.
Go then.
I think I made my Batman fat. I think I'm.
It's okay.
I bite.
It's fat Batman, ladies and gentlemen. No.
I
There's been so many of them. I mean,
I bite.
Hey man,
Bite.
fat bat. That's what we're gonna. That's what I'm doing here, folks.
Fat
It's
bat.
fat Batman. It's fat
I
Batman.
like it.
Yeah. He's got a beer belly. Beer. All of the beer and all of the bellies.
I mean, you drink enough beer, it happens.
That's right.
Maybe that's what happens after he saved most of Gotham as he retired and began drinking more beer.
Why is my
Batman, you know what? I
Why?
totally could see Batman as a guy that drinks beer. I could totally
Uh-huh.
see it.
Why is my
Or maybe a good scotch.
Actually, I see him as a whiskey kind of dude.
Yes.
He's a whiskey guy. You can
I
kind of
need too much fast food in those night
What are
patrols.
my feet
Yes.
doing?
Yes.
I don't know. What are your feet doing? Are they playing?
Now
Ladybug?
she's got me like the old Batman Forever. Shall I prepare something for you? I'll get drive-through. Like
Yes.
Batman. Like, I'll get drive-through.
Well, it's Iron Man always had a fast food burger in most of his stuff. So
Yeah, well, you know.
Mommy,
yes, bud.
No. Batman.
He turned his Kindle on with his foot and opened the game, and now he's distracted.
That's good. At least for the moment. Don't
Wait, are
jinx
we
it.
on a timer? Like, do we
No.
have a certain limit? I'm like, wait, are we
No,
timing?
we got time.
Good.
I figured we were starting this late because you're trying to avoid the
I was, but
yeah.
didn't work out like I wanted it to. Gotta love parenthood.
That's right.
Gotta be flexible.
And your husband's like, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm already kind of in trouble. So, funny
What-
story. I don't know if you saw my post. We added a new cat to the family today.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get the feeling that wasn't exactly his idea.
It was, but it wasn't. We looked at
Oh,
it
it
over the weekend, and he said we could adopt it. So I applied for the adoption, but it had got adopted by somebody else. So I was like, okay. He said we could have a cat. Like, I'm going to run with this, you know? Because, I mean, I want to have another cat. It's better than having another child, in my opinion. Because my sanity can't handle it right now. Anyway,
Sandy's
so
overrated.
I'm helping one of my friends, her mother. They found a bunch of blood clots in her hips and her legs, and she had 2 aneurysms removed from her hips as well. And she normally takes care of her animals for her daughter during the day, my friend. So I'm helping her out, and she's got a very diabetic cat that has to be taken to the vet twice a week for hydration and stuff. But I was helping doing that today with the cat at the vet, and I saw this little picture of this cat and its description of its personality and stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for in a new cat. And like, it'll fit well with all of our animals. And so I talked to him about it. And then I went and picked Harrison up early to let him meet the cat and see how he felt about it. And he liked the cat. Still figuring out a new name for the cat instead of calling it U-Haul like they were calling it, because it was dropped off in a U-Haul box as a kitten.
Oh. That's not cool.
But we have a cat now, and Yeah. Chris is just
So-
a little bit upset with me about it, but he likes said cat
well,
for the most part so
Yeah.
far. He hasn't met the cat yet.
so I see. I see. So is he mad at, he's not, I don't think he's not mad that you got the cat, he's mad that you basically made the decision without him.
Kinda, but in partial, like, really, he is mad at me because I went ahead and did the cat thing. I think he was hoping I would forget about it, but I'm not that kind of person.
Nope.
I have a bleeding heart when it comes to animals.
Most
And
people do.
we have a new cat.
So, folks, just
I
remember
can't say no.
that's not always a good thing, but yes.
No, it's not.
Yeah. It's like, it's not always a good thing. You're a smart man, kind of.
Yeah. It's a middle one. Okay.
I'm making myself a base outline. I might have to do this one again, but I got a little bit of a base idea on how to make this work at least. I got angry afro Robin.
Yeah.
I have like I have fat Batman, the lazy bastard Batman. And kind of working on
2, 3, 4.
like Mr. Utility Belt himself.
Oh, the utility belt. Sweet. Oh, mine doesn't have the utility belt in it.
Not all of them do. Some of them don't have the utility belt, and that's okay too. You don't always need. Now, I can tell whoever drew this did not like Batman having hands. Just I could tell.
Mine has massive hands, so I'm hoping I do it justice.
Yeah. It's like none.
A lazy Batman a gut. Yes. Sorry, I like glanced up.
I know, Joe. That's what happened though, Joe. I tried to draw dress muscles. I ended up drawing a fat like beer belly. So it's gonna be beer belly Batman. That's right. That's right. He it doesn't look happy. It's like Batgirl and stuff. Just like it's a very basic.
Oh, it is.
See it?
No, you're good, bud. You keep chasing it. Oh, play, move him. Don't let him hit anything. Remember? He can fall off the cliff.
Yes. And see, the lesson here is the lesson's the same. Always. It seems simpler than what it is. It's always going to be a little harder than what you think it is. Mm-hmm. So I gave Batman a belly.
Yes.
Bear belly. That's right. That. It's like.
I'm trying to figure out how.
Kids going out again. It's like, yes, you're just jealous you can't anymore. Shut up, kids.
Yes. No
That's
kidding.
Right. Shut up, kids. I'm old and cranky and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. But this, I think, is just rough sketch number 1. I'm going to try to do this a little bit better for the second one. Oh, yeah. No, that's my secret. Totally. All right, well,
Black
see, I would go completely the other way. If I was a complete fat bastard, I would just flaunt it. Show that, get that beer belly, just fly, baby. Own that sexy. Right. Just own it.
At least his mouth is simple. I mean,
yeah, no.
That's a plus.
Well, the
like
facial features are
can
be quite easy if you do it right. And that's for me. I just basically did a very quick version of this is what Robin would be like. And this is what Batgirl would be like. Batgirl is like one monochrome color thing.
Yeah.
She's got different shades of purple. Batman though, like I made this Batman. He looks very, very, very looks very, very like he's not quite drunk, but he's not happy with his kids. He looks angry with his kids.
I can relate to that.
Like, I'm angry with my kids. What happened? It's like I did terrible things to them.
No kidding.
Yes, that's right. But yes, Batman being Batman. It's do. I have his cape do the whole thing, but I'm not going to do that this time around. Just to get the shape out. I'm going to try this again, but I am going to do like.
Oh, you're watching Ryan's World? Good. Yes. Means I get more freedom.
Like,
And he might fall
yay!
asleep now.
It's like, yay!
I don't let him watch it a lot, but really, like, so I have a time limit on how long he normally can spend on his Kindle, and it cuts off like it's done for the day at 7:00, no matter how much time he's spent on it. Because normally, like, he's getting in bed right now, but he's gonna get to stay up late tonight. It's the weekend; it'll be fine. So, and soccer games aren't till 10:30 tomorrow, so he can sleep in, hopefully. But yeah.
That's fair.
Batman, you are coming along okay.
Yep. Rough outline, rough shape.
Yes.
That's kind of.
That's the start.
Yep. I got Afro Robin here. It's got like the biggest fro ever. But it's the first time trying to draw this take on him. Now hair, I figured out, is really easy. The secret to hair, make the feeling of hair, is just put a lot of lines into it. You don't have to cover every follicle frill.
Texture it. Kind of.
This is, it's like Robin's just like Batman, just totally. Boom, 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 boom. I'm just working on the Robin's little details here, just get a feel for them.
I'm kind of working on some hand shading. But I think that's what technically it's called.
So do you know how to draw hands?
Well, this one it's got like I'm trying to differentiate between the blue and the black because he's all blue, black, gray with a little bit of yellow and the white for his eyes and his mouth. So I'm trying to make that work as much as I can with the pencil. His hands are really not that detailed. It's just putting the like black coloring in where it's supposed to go. Does that make sense?
Well, this is my first attempt at Angry Batman. Angry Fat Bastard Batman. That's what this is. That's right. My Batman is fat, angry, and probably a little bit like kind of junk. You know. So I'll show people here real quick here the rough sketch. This is.
You're doing 3 people, right? Technically.
Yeah. So this is. Yeah. These are 3 very unhappy. Look at Fro Robin. Like that is just angry. Fro
He is.
Robin. Angry Fro Robin. Batman, as you see, he's got a little bit of a gut. It's like, ooh, chest. Nope. Gut. Just pure.
Yes. Get that beer gut.
Batman. Yes.
I guess I can show you what I've got so far.
Yeah, you should.
It's a little bit different than yours, but like.
That's okay.
Camera. There we go.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I definitely can't wait to see you go pro wrestling, Mr. Joe. Actually, I don't think I've told you, Joe, so I'll tell you what's going on. I'm secretly creating commercial content for our creative right now. Oh yeah. Yeah. Right. I
forget there's some people that don't know this information.
Yeah. So I've been quietly going around asking all kinds of different people what to do. I came up with a really cool advertising model. It fits everything from writers to small businesses and everything in between. So I spent the last week asking musicians, actors, all that stuff what to do, and I can create content and brand. So I'm doing that this weekend as a kind of a test run with a client, and if it works out, I'll be advertising stuff going forward. Going forward for anybody that wants it. It's actually, I thought, a really sweet idea, and it's something I kind of naturally do anyway. I figure out what people actually are strong at, and that's how I want to advertise them. So I'm doing like a test run this weekend, kind of working out the bugs of it. But yeah, I'll be creating pieces of content for people to advertise, and also including my podcast, which being very, very close to hitting 2,000 downloads this week. Like very
Which is
close.
super awesome.
Yeah. So it was insane. Like I expect it to drop down a little bit now, because it just like you get a high like that, you usually have a bit of a crash and burn after. But yeah, that was
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So it again. I mean, just to listen to Joe, and I was like, yeah, it does, right? So basically, yeah, I have a platform that people listen to or watch or stuff like that, and whether and I can create all kinds of content. I just finished the contract with an immigration company. I can talk about that now because I'm no longer under contract. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've never been fired before for doing a good job. This is the first time that's ever happened. Yeah, right, so, yes, totally.
It will, definitely. Yes.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I've been branching out with the show anyway. I confirmed my next metal band interview next month. So it's kind of, I've been doing more metal bands, right? So I just confirmed that today, actually. So
yes.
Yeah, I stumbled onto a publicity agent. So I was trying to interview this one man, and now I got access to all these bands now. So I've been so it's been kind of cool. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh no, totally. No, I can make like I said, I've gotten to the point now I can make pretty much any kind of content someone wants to make. Graphics, audio, video.
If you get into the cover making process, I know a bunch of authors.
Not there yet. Not there yet. Probably about another 6 months. Another 6 months before I get to that point.
I bet you could be really good at it though, for real. Like
maybe. Let me go back to drawing Batman here.
Sorry.
Look, I'm flattered. I'm genuinely flattered. But there's also a point too where you got to kind of figure out, like, what do you want to actually do for people?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm actually working on that this weekend. That's actually what I'm getting the hang of, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting the hang of it this weekend. Yeah.
So I had to look up to catch because I'm like doing the thing.
Sure. We can. We totally should. We totally should at some point real soon.
That's I like it when Joe gets on the thinking train because he can come up with some awesome stuff.
Oh, the pandemic delayed some stuff. We were planning on do some work together years ago. The pandemic kind of just screwed all that up. I had been in San Diego about 2 years ago or something like that anyway, right? We would have gone to some show, right? We had some ideas, but it was just just didn't pan out. Well,
Maybe you can revisit said ideas, though. I mean,
things are
trying to go back to normal. So
we're gonna be back to normal by next year. We are at that point of we're gonna live with it. There's gonna be some fallout for things for a bit, but when you get right down to it, right, we've hit that magical point of, hey, that's why he's kicking my butt. Okay, I think I figured you out, Mr. Batman. And I understand your malfunction now. I think I can do you. That's right, folks. I can do Batman or something. I don't know. That sounds
Make
probably
Batman your bitch today.
That's right. You'll be my bitch, Batman. You may be Batman, but I am Josh. You will be mine. That's right.
You will come out how I want you to come out.
That's right.
And those gosh.
Yes.
I'm getting the epic like charcoal on my
Yes.
hair.
Oh yeah. Totally.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
pick up on the comments. I'm like, wait, who was that?
No. He's talking about like, see, Joe has his own plans for expanding his business too,
He does.
and you know that's great. He's ready to become like a network media mogul. I've known that for years, and
I am on board to support that too. Make him your Clooney.
yes.
Yes, Joe. Yes.
Let's see. Make him your Clooney version. I don't even like the Clooney version enough to make him my bitch. I mean, I'm sorry. I just don't. I thought,
okay, so I don't remember what year he actually played Batman, but I came across a meme where it had all the Batmans, and I had stopped and I stared at it and I was like, I don't remember him playing him.
It's okay. He
I'm
doesn't
like,
want.
was that long ago? It couldn't have been that long ago. I mean,
Oh yeah, it was.
So,
Totally was.
but what year was it?
Like 97, 98, 99, something like that. It was like
it's
really, really.
I was like, if it was in 97, I was 6. So yeah, I may not have been. I mean,
It's okay. As a movie, you're not. It tried to be a homage to the old Batman stuff, and with like a darker edge. 97. There you go.
Yeah, I was 6. But I remember when Arnold Schwarzenegger, didn't he play Mr.
He was Mr. Freeze. He is the most memorable part of that movie. Like
was George Clooney the one in that one?
Yep.
Oh, well, there you go. We see what I remember.
See, that's why. That's right.
And then I can't remember who played the penguin.
That would be Danny DeVito.
Man, that one, he creeped me out as that character when I was young.
Oh no, he's not. He's the.
He did a good job.
Well, he did a very good job. Right, he did a very good job with that. Right.
I need to see the new Batman.
I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if I'm going to see it this year. I might at some point this year finally catch up on Marvel movies.
Yeah. Finally. I watched Spider-Man again last night with Chris because he hadn't seen it yet. And I was like, I was trying so hard not to do spoilers, but Joe, Joe says, fuck, 6? Damn, I am old. I was 20. Coughing.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, no. That 96 was the nipple one there, Anita. That was Batman Forever. That was all about the nipples. All of them. Man. At least Nicole Kidman was hot. That was the thing about that movie. She was cute, and the rest
Yeah. I'm trying to remember who she played.
Dr. Chase Meridian, one of Bruce's love interests, actual love interest from the comic.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not exactly what I would call okay, I'm much happier with the expression on this Batman. Mm-hmm. He looks more like the angry, scowly parent you don't want to disappoint.
He fits with the Robin then. Yes. Right?
Yeah, I he's not as fat. I didn't make him as fat. I'm sorry, guys. It's not. I just couldn't. Batman could not be fat bastard Batman. Not forever, anyway. Yes, you cannot have a fat bastard Batman.
Nope.
Forever. But interesting enough, Batgirl is fun to draw. Simple. She's kind of simple, but she's not that simple.
Make sure you get the curves in there. Gotta have the curves.
With this picture,
kind of curves.
Oh, I've gotten to the point. I figured out how to draw a breast. It took me a long time, but I figured it out.
It's actually like a little more challenging than people realize.
It's an upside down heart. Once I saw that, I was like,
true.
Okay, that's what breasts are, an upside down heart. And once I saw that, I was like, okay, I can do this. I think I can do this anyway.
They're definitely looking better in your pictures, though. Like all the
Yeah.
females you're drawing.
When you can actually start putting like different like, hey, I can put stuff together now. Ho 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 ho. Right? It's like it can work. Okay, it's not just me. Just his back row is just very. It's the angle.
Yeah.
It's the angle she comes from. This one that makes her kind of hard, but she looks like. But she does look like, someone that would like very, very petite.
Mm-hmm.
This is like petite back girl, like really petite back girl. Like,
Which is
okay.
kind of good because she was smaller in the cartoons than like in the actual live movies. So.
Oh, come on. This is silly. So that was the most amazing back girl ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have yourself a good one, Joe. It's okay. It's okay, Joe. We forgive you for being for being You have yourself a good night, Joe. You take care. And for those watching, for those listening, check out Go Indie Now stream. He does some really cool news and updates. Are you doing that today? Are you doing that today, Joe?
He did do one update earlier, that 3-part structure. He dropped the first one earlier. I started watching it, but when I was like, I cannot get engrossed in this. I have to do drink and draw in a little bit. So I was like, okay, watch part of it, come back to it.
Okay.
Which you guys, if you're watching, make sure you're subscribed to everything so you can keep up with Josh and all his work.
Yes.
And also go like Joe's Go Indie Now, because like Josh and I are on there a lot.
Yes, you're on there more than I am. I try to make it. I tried not to hog too much of the spotlight there.
True.
Yeah.
I did that with the Joe's Bar stuff, and I still ended up being on like the only one I didn't sign up for. So it's a blast to be on the shows and chat with you guys. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's totally cool. Like I said, I enjoy it, but it's just one of those. It's one of those things where I. Okay, there's the knuckle. Okay, so now I'm trying to do Punk Robin version 2.
And also, you stay pretty busy. Like you do a show like almost daily now, sometimes 2. So
I did 2 this week because of the advertisement. I could literally, if I wanted to, I could do 3 shows a day.
I believe it.
Yeah, I could do 3 shows a day if I wanted to. Very, very cool.
And I may have seen it on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm filming Ron's game show tomorrow morning.
Oh, he hasn't dropped the one that I was on last week. I cannot give any spoilers. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
It's all good.
It's a blast though. And I'm surprised Ron's not on here like threatening to scold me. So
he never comes
you'll
on.
Have a blast. It was totally it's Tuesday. So it was like, ooh. Because Ron posted something about it. I don't know if it was I don't know. I made so many different things with like Ron and Joe and things now. It's like I don't know where the posts are actually in, but like one was in the Writers Tribe, and I think Ron also posted it in his group that he was gonna post it Tuesday. So sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. Because I was like, ooh, back to drawing.
It's all good. That's why we do the drink and draws like we do. It's chill.
It is. And we're not the only ones chill in the moment. I'm so glad somebody is chilling. I know.
Don't jinx it.
Trying not to.
Like, I'm so happy. I have to say something. It's like, no, you don't.
Don't ruin it. Just.
See? See what you did? See what you did?
Don't think it, and it won't manifest.
Don't say it, right? And then suddenly.
What's this Pinky doing? Pinky is in the wrong place. Okay, that's much better. Maybe. I don't know.
Yes, I am adding some depth and details to.
Do it, yes.
To Mr. Robin. He looks now he looks even more juvenile than the previous version, but he's got less of a fro. So Less fat Batman. Good night.
Night,
All right.
Joe. I don't know
Night,
if you're still
Joe.
hanging around, but night.
Good night, buddy. Yes. So far, we've had kids. We have kids take over the show. We've had to the Go and You Now crew. Sup? Nice to see y'all. Right? And yeah, this has just been like, yes,
It's a blast.
yes. Is it?
As
Pretty
I'm
much.
saying that with my super focused voice right now.
This is a blast. Yes, I got this. I'm
Like
not screwing this up.
Spider-Man is on my mind, and Batman's on my mind, and which I totally had like, okay, you know how people get the book hangover when
Mhm.
they finish a book, and it's kind of like super emotional. I totally felt that way after watching Spider-Man, and I still felt that way after watching it again last night.
Yeah, it's a payoff.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Spider-Man since the Marvel movie I saw was Avengers Endgame. I
Mhm.
decided to take a break from. I took the opportunity the pandemic had to just take a break from them. I had just hit a point with my Marvel stuff where it's like, I just need a break. Sorry,
No,
guys.
I kind of did that. Like we watched, because they did the mini series that came out, and we watched the Winter Soldier and Captain America stuff, and the Wanda, stuff. But like after that, when Loki started, we kind of were like burnt out on it. So we've
Like
got to go back and finish that, and then the one with Clint. What else? I feel like there was another one. I can't remember.
Hawkeye?
Oh, I haven't. Yeah, Hawkeye, and then the Eternals. Haven't watched that, or the what is the Rings one?
The Rings one? That one I don't know.
It's
Oh, Shang-Chi?
yes. Haven't watched that one yet either. And normally we're on top of it, but it just kind of like,
It's all good.
yeah.
I'm not watching that much Marvel content ever again. Like, I'm just not. Like, I'm just going to be a lot more picky and choosy from this point on. It's nothing personal. I'm done.
You cannot have ice cream. No. We had dinner a second ago. We're not having ice cream because when Dad gets home, you're going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Ice cream.
That's right. Ice cream, you scream.
Oh, Moon Knight is the next one coming out. That one, I think, because Anita says Hawkeye was fun, as was Shang-Chi. I'm looking forward to Moon Knight. That one looks good. I just hope it can be watched out of order because like that's my only.
Well, Moon Knight might be completely out of order, and it will fit the character. He is like, what if Batman had multiple personalities? That's Moon Knight. That's Moon Knight.
Sweet.
Like, he is messed up as a hero. He is completely. The only one person more fucked up than Moon Knight is Deadpool, and that's a maybe. Deadpool at least knows he's crazy. I'm not quite so sure Moon Knight knows he's crazy. It depends on what you go by.
Yeah. Which it looks like it's gonna be good. I didn't know anything about Moon Knight till like recently, and my husband had to educate me on that. So you're not gonna break pencil. I don't want to mess with sharpening you right now.
It's okay. We listen. Considering everything that's happened, I'm 50-50 on them, Anita. Some of them are really good. Some of them are shit. It depends on who wrote them. Right. My favorite runs with Moon Knight were Ellis's run on Moon Knight was really fun. I love the Profiler. I can't remember who wrote that one, but the one where they fought the Profile, trying to profile everybody and figure out all their psychological quirks. Dug that little arc. But yes, the Knight of Khonshu is a crazy motherfucker. Like, he's an interesting character. Like writers love writing him. Right, because he's so different. The only thing I really don't like about this one, is my Batgirl face. Let's see if I can fix that. Just a little bit. Her lips are so tiny in this. But I think I got a basic idea here.
Yeah.
So I might even color this one. It's still chubby Batman. Batman's chubby. His face is just angrily chubby.
Totally didn't think about the coloring thing.
That's okay. You don't have to.
But that's a genius idea, which I could totally go back over and later. Which, I mean, there's not a whole lot of like changing I would do this because most of it's black and gray, It actually might be easy to go back over it with the color.
Big thing about Batman though, you got to be careful of. He's got like almost like this froggish kind of like thing going with his scowl and stuff.
Yeah.
So, Batman, you're secretly a frog. That's your secret origin.
It's Kermit the Frog.
No, he did. No, he's not Kermit. Kermit.
No,
Kermit.
true. That's the only frog that came to mind.
Yeah, it's not. He's not Kermit. He might be like, what if he was like Michigan J Frog after years and years of talent frustrations?
Oh.
See, that feels like something that's totally something that would happen.
Yeah.
He just got really angry and decided to dress up like a bat and take out his frustrations on the criminals of Gotham because that's it. That is Michigan J Frog secret. We figured out who Batman really is. Michigan J Frog. That's who he is. Because why not?
For real.
Batman or something like that. Yeah, that was my favorite part. That was my favorite part of the Lego Movie. That line was just over the top the whole time. Cool thing about what I've just done is yes, I can add some hair to her because she's a freaking Batgirl. Batgirl has hair. That's the other thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Batman does not need to show his hair. His hair is not important.
He is all masked up.
That's right. Who's the guy most likely to rob you with this group? Batman. It's always going to be Batman on this one because he looks like somebody that would beat you up for your lunch money. And hey, the man came up with the bat, dressed up to beat me up. I give him my ATM. I'm not gonna lie.
Heck yeah.
I'm not dealing with that crazy. I'm not qualified.
Kidding.
I'm not qualified to deal with that. I'm not sure many people who are qualified to deal with that, to be honest. It's one of those things where, yeah, totally. But
I put that too low. I will improvise. Be okay.
Don't have to do it again. That's not. I said this today on the my motivation. Like, perfection is so overrated.
Oh yeah, I saw that because I was like that. It totally spoke to me today. So
yeah. It's like we try to focus on perfection so much, but the truth is, no point. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Instead, just focus on just doing change. Change is like the true constant of life. So change for the better, or try to change for the better at least.
Mm-hmm.
This one I am going to color because although I don't think it's perfect by any stretch of the imagination, I am going to have to start working on muscle tone for an anime at some point.
Mm-hmm.
That criticism was justified. I was just like, I'm just having fun with it. I'm not like probably the best drawing I've ever done is Cassie Cage, who knew that I could draw Mortal Kombat so well.
Oh yeah. That one actually looked really good. So
yeah. So I'm just added a cape. So I made angry. So this is slightly like Ninja Turtle, Batman, Batgirl, and Robin all together in one exciting, wonderful little thing. So that's what we're doing tonight, folks, because Batman is all about, telling kids, be good kids. And he's like, sure, we will.
Mm-hmm.
Then they make fun of Batman for his outfits. Like, why? Why did you dress like that, Batman? Gonna need that purple eventually. Then I can try something. I think with this iteration of Batman, he's a lot of blue and gray. So we're gonna Ooh. I can hear what he's watching.
Yeah.
I heard a birthday song.
Ryan's world is singing Ryan's singing happy birthday to himself, basically. Let me rephrase that. Because it's a kid singing about his birthday. This is gonna be
Whereas now I'm just like, I am coloring Batman.
sweet.
I'm coloring Batman. He's gonna look like the most military camouflaged Batman you've ever seen in your life because screw it, I'm playing with Batman's colors.
Do it.
That's what I'm doing.
You are a creative. You're allowed to do that. You make your own spin on it.
That's right. And he's still got like depressing gray because that's who he is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like green depressing gray. He's gonna look like him. He got out of boot camp and he ain't happy. This is like post Fat Farm Batman. That's what this is. Just upset he had to come out. His kids are having fun and he's not.
Mm-hmm.
Because would Batman do that? Yep. Mm-hmm. Let's go with he's really happy with this Ryan dude, I can tell.
Yeah, it's pretty addicting for him. So. But they're
You know, I think the most terrifying thing about
body
being a
parts
parent,
right now. That's awesome. Which I'm okay with. Because I'm one of those parents, I'm like, I'd rather you know the proper names of anatomy than not. We're not going to call your penis your cookie or whatever other name some people come up with. So,
my little pee-pee or something for that.
yeah.
My little pee-pee. Yes, as you can tell, I am very, very serious or something.
That's okay. I mean, we all know I don't have any issue with using sexual terminology since I write smut.
Try something here. I'm playing with something here with this Batman. Trying a little something.
Trying to remember what I did with my colored pencils.
It's all good.
I need to remember where they're at because I don't know if I used them last with Harrison or if they got stuck somewhere. Because I've been playing with watercolor paint a lot lately.
Yeah.
Which is totally not the same as like acrylic. I've done a couple of those wine and palette things where you go and they take you step by step through how to like do paintings. But like trying to paint on my own with something that's different than acrylic is way harder. Water paint bleeds a little bit more.
Yes, it does.
But it was fun. So I kind of felt like I was embracing my inner kid playing with the watercolor paints again.
That's all good.
Mm-hmm. Garrison had fun with it too. So Mom was a little more focused than he was. So
Mommy was having fun. Like, screw this. I get to play with colors. I'm in.
Yes.
I'm in. I'm so in on this. Whereas with me, I'm looking at all these colors. I'm armed with color, and you cannot stop me. You cannot stop me, or something to that effect. I don't know. I'm having fun. It's interesting to me that Robin, of all the characters, shows the most skin.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I don't need no stinking armor. I got this. And you're like, okay, you do got this, or something. Oh man.
Which his parents weren't they trapeze?
Yep.
Flyers?
Dick Grayson's was. Grayson's was. So I mean, you look at like Dick Grayson in particular. Yeah, I mean, there is all of the skin.
Well, but
all of the skin.
I see, bud. You're doing good. Just keep watching it. I'm gonna keep pushing that. Like you're good. Just keep watching it. I think this is all I can do without having color. Oh no, I guess I could add. No, because I totally didn't do that like that. So I think this is about all I can do with this picture. So
It's all good.
Camera.
I found my dark blue. So I could be Batman with some skill. And add some.
This is what I got,
Nice.
Josh.
See?
Which is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
No, that's pretty good.
It actually, yeah.
Pretty good, actually.
My first drink and draw. I'm gonna have to frame this.
Good. Yes.
And my hands, I don't know if you can see like how all this stuff on them now from drawing. Lots of charcoal pencil stuff. Love it.
It's all good. As for me.
Oh, Daddy's home, Garrison.
Yay! Now working on Batgirl, who is very purple. Like very purple. Yeah. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet, Anita. Yeah. I've never tried watercolors yet. I may at some point. But so far, I'm still in like the pencil, crayon, pencil phase of my little style here.
The pencils is a little bit easier. I feel like you can kind of control it better, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So.
Well, I'm still like trying to be confident with my style, and so it's a work in progress. I think.
Well, you definitely have more confidence than I do because you've shared it, and I have like shared 0 things I've done with anybody.
Yeah,
I think I did the other day that one thing, but.
Well, I just see for me, right? It's very much just about like really, if I screw up, it doesn't matter. I can.
I'm not, baby.
Like I can screw up, and at the end of the day, it don't hurt nobody if I screw up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It doesn't hurt. So if it don't hurt, then I'm free to screw up. I had this like terrifying fear, and when I kind of hit this point, it's like, you know what? So what if I suck?
Mm-hmm.
That's not the point. That's really not the point. Right? The point is, can you? Like, I don't think this one's like my best work at all, but it doesn't really matter. Right? What matters is that I'm putting the work in, the time in, and just using this opportunity to get better. That's it. And I'm not worried about what it looks like from the outside looking in because, honest, I mean, I'm working on it. I'm trying new things. It doesn't have to be just right. It just has to be my best. And that's all I'm worried about. And that's how I can keep it fun without, making it like I absolutely must make this perfect thing. Fuck that. I don't need to do that.
Yeah, no. It's fun. Like,
that's it.
And Anita says, I'm trying out alcohol-based markers, not going as well. I need lots more practice. I don't think I've ever seen alcohol-based markers. I know I've heard of them, but I've never seen them.
This is orange.
That's really cool, Anita.
Yeah. I'm looking for my red, and I can't seem to find my reds. Oh, that is my red. It is my red. It's just...
Could always go with pink.
Used it, Batgirl.
True. Okay, making maybe purple?
Batgirl, too. She has purple, pink kind of style.
True. Purple's my favorite color, so I can totally go on anything.
Just about, yeah. Just about. Purple looks badass no matter who's got it.
I haven't done milk or allergy medicine or vitamins, so.
So what I'm
Kind
doing
of curious
here,
how long it's gonna take Dad to put Harrison to sleep at this point.
10 minutes.
Hopefully.
No, I said 10 minutes.
Last night it did. Like it was like they started talking about they were telling stories because Harrison's in this. I want to tell stories, or I want Dad to like tell me a story instead of reading books. He wants to create the stories, which is totally cool with me because I'm like, yeah, let's work your creativity. I'm okay with that.
Yep, absolutely.
And he fell asleep in the middle of telling a story last night. So,
Aw.
and it was
cute.
just
That's cute.
adorable. Ooh, Anita says go cyberpunk, neon purple and blue. That's a good choice. I
Well,
like
I'll show
it.
you what I'll show you what I did in just a sec here because I'm almost done, Mr. Robin. I'm
Sweet.
now.
I'm helping you out by reading our comments so you can keep going.
No worries. Almost there. So
It gives me extra practice because for you guys listening, I host a author interview channel on YouTube. And yeah, if you want to be interviewed, Josh has been on there. It was a
Yes.
blast. We definitely could have kept talking, but
Well,
time constraints.
it's my gift. I have a big mouth. Almost there though.
But definitely check it out, guys. It's my website link, and Josh will share it later, is www.thechaptergoddess.com. You can find the link to my YouTube channel or even look me up there.
So now,
yeah.
so now.
I've been told I need to push it just a little more than I do. So.
Yep. It never hurts.
No, it
never
doesn't.
hurts to put it.
As an indie author, though, it's like I feel like you have to push a lot. Like,
Well, no,
everything.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people don't think about it in these terms. Look at what a big company does to advertise. Like, honestly. They put a lot of freaking effort into it. Like, a lot. So I'm going to go a little... I'm going to do something else. I'm going to try something with her.
Go for it.
Yeah. So I had a colorist who showed me the power of just a little bit of light, very light bit of color on top of another bit of color, and suddenly you add texture and stuff like that. And it worked to great success with Miss Cassie. I don't know if it's going to work great success here. Now, this certainly is not my best work, but you want to see, here is this is my bat family.
Yes. I like it.
Yeah.
I love the color on it.
Yeah. It took me, yeah, I did a little gray undertone with Batman, so he's got like a little bit of a gray undertone.
But
Robin's my best work, I think, on this one because there's a lot more layers to him. Batgirl, she's actually very monotone, but I don't have. I gotta figure out how to actually balance the more purple and pink. She has like a bit of a variety, but yeah, no, I mean that was my Batman attempt, ladies and gentlemen, for Bruce Timm. So
I like it.
Yeah,
it turned out really well. So
yes, so I did a fat bastard version. I did, so that's not my fat bastard. I almost made Batman like a frog. I almost turned him into like a frog. Like kids, right? Because I just realized like he's kind of got like that natural like Ninja Turtle like scally face thing Raphael has. Like Raphael's face and Batman's face are like the same. So
it makes sense though.
So like, so you want to hear the secret to drawing the Grinch?
Oh yes,
his smile.
That's true.
That's actually what it comes down to. It's his smile. He's
have
almost like.
Have you drawn the Cheshire Cat yet?
No, I have not drawn the Cheshire Cat yet. But see, there's a reason for that. My Cheshire Cat's a little different.
Yours is.
Yes.
So, but I had to ask because you do have them in your work.
Yeah, I do. No, well, in my case, for example, it's a her, not a him.
That's true. That is true.
Right. And there's a reason for that. I'm not good. That's Alice 2. You got to read Alice 2 to get to that whole origin there. But yes, I matched up the
I
Cheshire
was like,
Cat.
that's not out yet. So
No, Alice 2 is probably going to be my. I don't know if it's going to be my 8th or 9th release. I don't know.
it's coming though, so that's all
Yeah,
that
oh yeah,
matters.
totally. No, it totally is.
I like to try to tell myself, oh, let's finish like series in order, but sometimes it just doesn't work that way. Like my brain is like, oh, here's this idea, like I was saying earlier, and I'm like, no, we gotta stay over here for just a little bit longer, and then we can.
Well,
So.
well, for me, I like variety.
Mhm.
Like I'm drawing a book. Like that's something like that's a variety thing, right? So, I'll be showing more. Like I'm gonna make the pimp and advertisement. I'm gonna be showing some more of those illustrations starting probably next week on the newsletter. Like that's probably where I'm just gonna show them. It might not be next week, but it'll be the week after if it all goes to plan.
Sweet.
Because
I look forward to seeing it.
I might be showing the results of my little business model I'm working on, which is kind of like first, because I gotta figure that out, and that's the immediate priority. But once that's like done and I'm rolling, I mean, I'm drawing my book, I'm taking care of what I need to take care of. So the other release that might come out first, I have a pulp Russian Heroine alternative universe kind of thing going on,
Ooh.
and so Anita will know this. Anita, do you know Darwin Cook? You almost certainly do. Right? So what you want to look up, Maddie, is Darwin Cook's Parker novels.
Darwin Cook.
And look up Parker. Just look that up.
I'm doing it. Ooh.
Yes.
Graphic novel series by Darwin Cook, right?
The Parker series. It's
Parker,
actually...
sorry, Parker graphic novel series. It's coming up on Goodreads as like the first.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
See that? That looks cool, right?
Yeah.
Right? So here's the thing. My Russian fairy tale. So look up my friends on Facebook on Vue and picture that.
Oh, I think I saw part of that the other day. So part of your show with that.
Yeah, no. She's no, like On is like that's the other book I'm working on this year. So I got like 3 books I'm working on this year. And Alice is gonna be I'm holding off on Alice because my artist there is getting married. So I'm gonna wait till after she's done getting married before I bug her again.
Yes.
Yeah, she kind of told me, it's like, yeah, can you wait till after June? It's like, yeah, I can wait after June, no problem. But yeah, I'm gonna be, talking to her afterwards because no. So I'm gonna be like publishing either indie or crowdfunding for the foreseeable future. Just because of Brandon Sanderson. That's nice. But the reason, like, we have to you're doing this on your Facebook with your chapter goddess stuff, is you're building an audience with your page, right? You're inviting a lot of other authors, but you're also inviting a lot of readers to come in and see you and rock with you, and you're building a little space where your audience hangs out. So that's what authors need to honestly do. Now, again, my proclivities of Facebook aside, that's why I'm doing the newsletter right now. That's why I'm doing. Because you got to create those spaces where you can reach your audience, whoever they are, because that's where it's going to be. I don't know if like traditional publishing as we know it is going to exist in 10 years. I have some serious doubts. There's always going to be traditional publishing in some form. I'm not saying it's doomed. It's doomed, but I do think that it's very much a snake swallowing its own tail, and it's going to have to pivot into a different direction. So if you're an author, the smart thing to do right now is to build your own audience. Now, it's good books, but it's also, hey, this is a corner where I can hang out and talk to people and say they rock. Because really, here's the deal. If 1,000 people give you $40, that's a living. Right?
It is.
A year.
That's true.
Right? That's it.
And that's also why I'm pushing because I'm pushing my newsletter. I'm doing it more often than I was before. And it's actually helped me stay like on top of things and be more efficient with my work, which
Yes.
is weird. Here, let's make myself busier, but it works out. So I'm literally like pushing that more. I'm really pushing to have more connections on like other social media because when Facebook has its little thing where it freaks out again, I'll be okay.
Well,
So.
I mean, here's the other thing too. I mean, I think with everything going on with Facebook and Twitter, you can tell that these platforms won't be around forever. And once they disappear, something else will come and fill the void. I just don't see Facebook as we currently know it. Again, I don't see it surviving another 5 years. I just think with everything that's happened in the last 2 years, it's like people are not a big fan of it. Not so much a big fan of the Facebook anymore. And I'm not saying it's not going to be busy for a few more years, but again, building your own audience is kind of one of those things that it's part of being a creative today.
Yeah. And shifting is really hard, like shifting from the use of one social media specifically to others. It's like you got to figure out the whole game again, the whole like algorithm and everything. So
it's called SEO. It's always fun. It's like type in what does this look like, and then you type in the algorithms and you start exploring them a little bit. And you're like, oh, okay, I think this is my cool thing. Yeah. So I mean, it's one of those things where you got to look at it and go, bang, right? It's always going to change. And the beautiful thing about being an indie or a crowdfunder or a small press publisher is you can pivot quicker, right? I actually think small press publishers have a really cool opportunity right now that the big publishers don't. And that's because they can be a little bit more flexible. They could actually be amazing teachers and guides for the writers to come. Because, as cool as I am, I can't be everywhere at once. And same with you and same with everybody else. Right? We help who we can, but the truth of the matter is the best places, someone like a Rebecca Jonesy is actually in a really good position to shape the future if she sees it as that kind of opportunity.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, if she wants to, then again, she might just want to drink. She might just want to drink, eat ice cream, and read books, and I can understand that too.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like I totally get that.
I
totally get that.
Oh.
Yes.
I actually started out the day just wanting to like do nothing but read, but it didn't happen. So yeah, and that's how I ended up with a cat.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the hubby's gonna have to meet the cat after Harrison is asleep. So we're gonna see how this goes.
So it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, kind of deal, right?
But I'm totally running out of like chances with that card. So, because I did that with the fish too. Because I went out. I told my son after swim lessons, because he asked for a fish over and over again, and he's been taking swim lessons since like he was 6 months old. They have this huge fish tank at his swim school. So I was like, you know what? You're moving up in class. We'll go get a pet fish since you have been doing really good. Like, it's not going to be that much. And I totally forgot how much like taking care of an actual tank was. And like something that's different with the water here than what I had growing up is the water is harder here. And like they have all this crap in it that they didn't have it like growing up in the middle of nowhere where like the water comes off of the bottom of like a spring filtered like river. Like it was different. So I learned my lesson with a couple of fish. It was but we have a goldfish now, which is doing okay. So
I think I had a girlfriend who really loved animals too, but they were bigger animals and they were still not being taken care of properly. And she didn't have the resources to do it. Her heart was too big. Eventually I just went to her, it's like, you can't keep doing this because I'm not going to say the result. Like she never should have taken them, and we're just going to leave it there because that's all anyone really needs to know.
Yeah.
So, but I told her after a couple of times, a couple of incidents, like, you can't do this. You don't have the ability to do this. And frankly, you're not here enough for them either.
Yeah.
Right. And you gotta be very careful with that. Like I don't have a pet right now because I've been moving a lot. A dog, in all fairness to a dog, I would not be good for, I wouldn't be a good owner for a dog because
You
I
could do good
pivot
with
so
cats, but
to a point. There's a point even
yes,
with them that they say, fuck this, I'm out too. There's a point with
that's
cats where
true.
they do that, right?
Mhm.
You have to understand that although cats are more resilient,
They are.
right, they aren't invincible either. So you
No, they're
got,
not.
when you have a pet, right, you have to make sure that you are in a position to take care of that pet,
Yeah.
because that's the crux of it. And even like, so any life you bring in into your home, well, you're taking care of it now.
Yeah, they
And
become part of your family. Like it's
mhm.
like
Yeah, I mean,
having
I
a
had a
kid,
roommate.
sort of.
He brought a cat in, and it was like a master plan because he was going to bring his girlfriend into the house at some point, or we were going to leave one way or the other. It's like the cat was like the first step, and me and my other roommate saw it.
Ooh.
The problem was both of us ended up taking care of the cat more than he did for the first little while, and oh no, we gave him shit for it, right? There was a point, like I only would go so far, but see, I would so cat still remembers me because when I do see him, he still wants to roughhouse with me because I would let the cat like
Oh,
scratch.
yeah.
Male cats require a little bit. You have to let them be a little bit more aggressive. They just,
Yeah.
by their nature, they're just a little bit more. So so I would take my hand, I just spin around, let the cat claw. Like, again, we're playing. We're not
Yeah,
doing anything.
it's just rough play.
Yeah,
I
just
get
rough
what you
play.
mean there because
Yeah, yeah. We're just
I have a male Bengal and he's not a normal cat. He's bigger. He's like he likes to try to get on the roof on occasion. Gets into everything. I don't know where he's at right now. Normally he's in here. But yeah, no, I get you.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Some cats have that in them. And so again, it's their nature. You don't beat
mhm.
it out of them. You enhance it. You just do it again. Find the constructive ways to do that if possible. But again, it comes down to okay. So if you don't have that environment, is it wise to have that cat? And no, it's not.
No.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, I have not been in a position for years to be like, well,
Yeah.
I don't know if the cat, if an animal, it would be fair to have an animal. Now maybe the next time when I'm settled into my next place doing what it is I'm
Mhm.
doing, um, I might reconsider that a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, right? At the same time, that I'd have to be sure, because if
Yeah.
I'm not, it's not fair to the animal, and that's something I've learned. So, going back to you here. So, Miss, I'm going to seek forgiveness and ask permission, because I bet you, see, this is one of those things your husband thinks about too. It's like, how are
Oh,
we going to take care of this? And you're like, well,
we got
magic,
this.
right? With
Yeah.
magic, right?
And when we originally talked about it, is I have one cat. We were worried that it was about to be like that time. She's 12 and she doesn't move around a lot and stuff. But I took her to the vet. We've been working on stuff with the vet. And he gave her a shot of cortisone, B12. I can't remember what else, but she perked up really good and she's been moving a lot more and everything and eating better and stuff. And he said a lot of times when they reach this age, they get arthritis and stuff. And
Yeah.
my experience, I've never had a cat make it this far in life.
It depends on the cat.
So
It depends on the cat. It also depends on how you feed the cat too, to some degree.
yeah,
That's a big part of it. Cats can usually go 12. They still can be active, but they're
yeah,
not like they were when they were 2 or 3 years old.
no,
They're not there anymore, but if the cat's still moving about and stuff, it's when they get to about 15, 16, if they're still around, that's when they ain't moving so much anymore. They're like, I'm good right here. Right.
yeah.
Right.
That's
So,
where she's at.
mhm,
And when I was younger having cats, I lived in the country and they were indoor outdoor cats.
mhm.
So things would happen, things would get them and they wouldn't come back. So
Yep.
but she started out with me in the country. I found her under a trailer, which my stupid ass, they're like, oh, it's a baby bobcat. Yeah, here, let's let Maddie crawl under the trailer to get it. So I do it. It's not a bobcat, thankfully, but we thought for a while she was a bobcat or part bobcat because she has no tail. And yeah, no, she's just a fat cat, house cat now.
It's it, right? Yeah, but like I said, that's the thing. Like that's the thing I always think about with animals is can I take care of them? Because if I can't, then I shouldn't.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. If I can't, I shouldn't. Because that's just being cruel in a very different way.
It is.
Right?
It is.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
I've seen it happen quite a few times. So, more
Well,
specifically, with bigger animals, like you mentioned.
yeah. Well, bigger animals have like they tend to need more space. That's the big thing about them. They just need space. I had a buddy. He had a dog, and the dog like just wanted to run. That's all its dog really wanted to do. And again, it's in their nature, right? But so you take them to a park, you put them with a whole lot of space. The only problem with a dog with dogs that big though is some of them are very territorial about you.
Yes.
That's the only downside. It's not again, you can control that to some degree, but a lot of people get really upset about that. So because it's like, well, why is he growling at my kid? Well, it's because he doesn't know me, and his natural nature is you, a stranger, I'm going to kick your ass, right?
Yes.
That's just in the dog. So you can't. So again, punishing an animal for its nature is pointless. It's just they're just going to be who they are. You don't want them to second guess their own natures. But it's one of those things like that's the challenge. A smaller animal you can give them a little less space and they can still get their exercise, right? But when you get to like the bigger animals, it's like you almost have to let them go outside because there ain't no house big enough to deal with like big Labrador Retriever, wolfish kind of dog. He's going outside. That's just the way it is.
I'm thinking of mastiffs. Although I did train my horse to go into the front porch and almost into the house.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely can't have a horse in the house.
No. No.
I would do it though, just for a moment, but it definitely.
No, you would. I don't think you would. I think after that moment, you're like, "What was I thinking?"
Yeah, probably.
And I wasn't thinking because now he's going to try to come in every time. It's like, no.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Thankfully, she never tried to do that, but.
Yeah.
My mom always loved it. She'd yell at me from the kitchen, "Get her off the porch!" Why?
Because we don't want that habit, right? We don't want that habit, right? Some things is. I mean, animals try to get away with bullshit too. Like my last cat knew exactly what he could do to get away with it.
Oh yeah, yes. And it's funny when they figure it out because you're like, no, because I had oh my gosh, I'm such a country person. I had a pig that she thought she was a dog. She never got to come into the house, but she kept trying to get into the house because she would see one of the dogs going into the house. And she would sleep on the front porch because she couldn't go in the house. Because she would always get out. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just, yes. Animals are, they have their own personalities, right?
Yeah.
Now, in the business, I had a buddy, he used to work on a farm. So any animal that they had like an attitude problem, he'd wait till his manager went on vacation, and then he trade them up. Like I like cooperative animals when I'm working with them, right? If they don't want to cooperate, then I'll trade you. You can have them. I don't care because I don't want them because I got to work harder with them, right?
Yes,
so
that is true. Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
You can tell I've lived a little bit in the country. Not like you, but I have lived a little bit. So I do know, I get the thinking of, right, how it works.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I also was I don't know the technical term for it. I called myself a trail guide, but I worked at our state park has like this little depot area where they do train rides, horse rides, like have a concession stand and all this kind of stuff. And I was trained to do everything, but like they would always put me on the ornery horses because they knew I could do it. But like when you put the guides on an ornery horse and you have another horse like in the line act up, you can't get off of your horse to go help them. You're stuck. So yeah, that's my limit.
Oh, horses can be. I dated a barrel racer, so I'd be around horses all the time. So the horse I would ride, was he was an asshole, but he knew I didn't know what I was doing. Like he was old enough to recognize, like I'm gonna be the boss, but I ain't gonna be. I'm not gonna be a dick with you, right? I'm not
They
gonna be a
know.
dick.
It's
Yeah,
freaky how they know, and they test you, which is a pain in the ass. So, sorry.
So the guy owned the horse. Like he
Mhm.
was in his 60s. Here's the thing about horses, guys. Their nose is their weak spot. That is their weak spot. So if you want to actually get a horse to obey, that's why the stirrup. Yeah, you squeeze, and they will obey.
Yeah,
They will.
squeeze
They
and
do not
twist.
like that one.
They have a
Yeah.
little tool you can do that with too. So
Yeah, I know. So yeah.
I can't
So
remember
that.
yeah.
But here's the thing: if they're a stubborn horse, that like it's a fight. Like it's a freaking fight, right?
I had a mare. I would have to tie her head down and everything to worm her. So, yeah, mares are normally worse than any of them because they're so moody and hormonal and like cranky. I guess is another word I can say. I don't know. Mine was a mess. So she enjoyed testing me a lot. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's again, nature's a horse. Horses know. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm the boss. And like, no, I'm the boss. Oh, we'll see. Oh, yes, we will. Yeah, and that's it. And that's it. That's how it works.
Yes.
Right.
Oh.
But sometimes the most ornery horse can also be the most loyal one too. And that's
she
the advantage.
was like the best I have ever had horse wise. So.
Yeah, for all her grief, but she was there for you, right? And that's how a horse. That's kind of like the horse. I like it's something again. Because I dated one, I could see that I saw the bond kind of like, you guys are freaking nuts. But
Yep.
But
and it sticks with you.
Yeah, right. So of course it does.
For anybody that wonders how I
absolutely.
truly am in life.
Well, no, just again, you understand it, right? It's a unique relationship. It really, really is. And as a result, you have a tendency. They're not people exactly, but they're smarter than dogs. They're bigger than dogs. They're a little bit more dangerous than dogs, which is why you guys are freaking nuts, right? So, but
it's a shrug.
Yeah, it's like that's what makes life interesting, right? So, but yeah, it's why you see what you see with a lot of the horses out there, and it's a big, like you said, it's a big, quiet little understudy. So, no, I've like I said, I dated one, and she, like I said, she was interesting. That was an interesting thing, right?
Yes.
So, yes,
I remember our conversation, so I'm not gonna rehash it with you. So
no, it's like yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, but that said, but again, you from like I get your love of animals too, because they're just, you were around them your whole life, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, but chickens later in life and horses, right. But I'm gonna have more land. Definitely not where we're at right now. Like we're at our limit now, so
it'll come at some point. It totally will. But that is for the future. Also for the future. So apparently, I gave you some interesting marketing advice the last time we chatted. How's it working?
It is working, and I'm sticking with making ads. I actually have, where's my list? I think Garrison moved it. I have a list. I've still got a couple books to make ads for this week, but I'm going to start making ads for books weekly. And I'm also trying ads out on different sites. So we'll see how that goes.
The one I want to play with a little bit more down the road is BookBub.
Yeah, that one I'm playing a little bit like I'm still learning some of the stuff. It's very similar to the Zon, but not, because you can't put as many words on the thing. So
that's okay. I'm actually getting really good at breaking like the newsletter. One of the things I'm doing in the newsletter, I don't know, like I'm keeping it like 4 words or less in the title. That's on purpose. I want to see if I can hook people to
it's catchy that way.
Yeah.
I like it because it jumps out when it comes up, because I am subscribed to your newsletter, so it jumps out more compared to some of the other newsletters that come through that I get.
Yeah, like so, I've been studying sales newsletters a lot, like just in general. And
which
people
is
go,
good.
well, yeah, you should. They work, right? So persuasive copy is really, it cuts to the point. It just does. That's what it does. That doesn't mean I don't yap my ass off on my newsletter, folks. I do. It's sometimes, but when I do, there's usually a reason for it, right? The next newsletter I'm dropping is on like maybe tomorrow. It'd be like I haven't done like a really short, easy, lazy one in a while, so I'll do a short, really easy, lazy one because I haven't done one in a bit. But no, but ads, like going back to the advertising point.
Sorry, Anita's comment. You have to bid higher on BookBub than Amazon, which I did watch Anita's little thing about advertising on BookBub. That's when I started trying to do it. So she's got to get this out on it.
No, I will. I just that feels like a better thing. Is I like Amazon. I am going to go when I'm going to be trying some of the things I've observed, like what Karina's done, some of the her ideas. Some of my ideas, like what I may do is so when I go wide, when I really officially go wide, I want to have physical books when I go wide, right? So when I do go wide, it's going to be very much I'm not going to concentrate very much on Amazon. I'm going to be concentrating on a couple other platforms. I'm going to see which ones suit me the best.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, well, social media, like advertising, very much is. It's not always going to the place everybody's going to.
Yeah.
It's about going to the place where you're getting the best response, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And it's like here's the deal. Again, we mentioned this, right? Let's say Anita here, who's here, gets 20,000 impressions, and you get only 2,000. But of her 20,000 impressions, she only gets something like 1,000 people clicking on her stuff. Whereas to say with those 2,000, you're getting 1,500. Yes. Will do. David Garrison. That's good books and videos for BookBub ads. As I'm reading this out loud, folks, for people on the Twitch.
Yes, because I'm writing this down, guys.
Yeah. David Garrison? Did I say that right? Garrison? I hope so.
That's how I would pronounce it. So
yeah. Or Gowron. That's the other way I'd say it too. So which now makes me think of Star Trek villain. Yes. Well, no, maybe, but I'm giving like a number as an example, right? And the idea is, it's not how many people see it. It's what you get from the investment on it, right?
Yes.
And like I said, I just started up my newsletter again. So what's happening right now is I'm purging my old. I'd kill for 1,000 clicks. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah. Of course. I'm giving like an example, but I mean that should be that like you pick a number, you figure out how to hit that number, right? And you find the places that do it best, and then you just stick to those places. And occasionally, when something new comes up, you try it, kind of get a feel for it, see if it suits what you're doing. But not every place is going to fit you. Yes, totally, Anita. It's totally the targeting. It is totally the targeting, right? And that's what I'm playing with too. It's just like, uh-oh.
I thought I heard a cat that wasn't supposed to be out. Maybe I'm hearing things. I'm hearing it on the baby monitor. I think we're good.
Okay.
The new cat is supposed to be stuck in the playroom because we're not doing introductions to the other animals till like Sunday. So I think we're okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's not a kid.
It's okay. She's got adventures happening everywhere.
Yes.
But no, that's it. Like again, I've tried to simplify kind of my goals as a creative in terms of the business of it. And I'm thinking in terms of numbers. Well, what do I need to get from as a creative writer to have a steady cash flow creative writing? I figure that not 1,000 is about right. Or let's say if I'm crowdfunding, can I get 100 people to donate? Like again, it's just these are not like I'm not taking the brand. I'm thinking, okay, so on Kickstarter, can I get 100 people on a regular basis giving me $40? Right. Awesome. It's possible, right? It's totally. This is not like an unrealistic number, right? It's just looking at it like from that perspective. As an indie author, can I get 1,000 clicks? Is it possible? Well, okay, maybe. What am I doing? How am I doing it? Who am I targeting? Right. right? Like
Mhm.
maybe like, okay, in Nita's case, like Thomas Harris fans. How do I hit Thomas Harris fans better? How do I make them? Because no offense to you, Anita, some of your stuff makes me think of like you could write the next super killer novel.
That's
Yeah,
for real.
yeah, for reals, right? So you could write it. So if you're writing it, then what you should be doing is okay, maybe look at those fans, right? How do I get them? For me, my Alice in Wonderland stuff, like I said, I'm going to be a lot more serious when I get a physical book. But for me, it's Alice in Wonderland fans, theater kids, right? Like I'm thinking in those terms
Yeah.
because those are I'm targeting the audiences I think will work. Now maybe they don't, but that's also part of the learning process,
Mhm.
right? Maybe the theater kids hate it, but maybe the hardcore like football players in high school love this stuff. I don't know. I'm not saying it like I'm not trying to stereotype either. It's just you look at all these different demographics and possibilities, and you're like, okay, how can I reach these people? It sounds like really, and then again, I'm simplifying it in my head.
Yeah.
So because then once I identify the problem, the number, right? How can I get that number to get there? Because now I have a goal, right?
Yes.
Right now I have a
And that's
goal.
good to have a goal like that. Like it's
Yeah.
just yeah.
That like when I go on Kickstarter for the Darwin Cookash novel,
Mhm.
my goal is to get 100 people to invest in it. That's my goal, right?
Sweet.
Down, yeah, that's it. That's my
Yeah.
goal. Can I get 100 people? I think the answer is yes. I think I could, right? But let's see if I get the right 100 people to go. So they go, holy shit, this is awesome. And then they tell people. The next thing you know, I have to order a warehouse, right? That's how it goes.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
right?
definitely the ideal goal.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, right. So, but again, I think in those, like, but you gotta think in those terms if you're looking at it as a business. Now, you just want to have fun. You want to go out and have a good time. Get your book out there. Say, "Here I am, world. I'm awesome," and you're
Yes.
flexing your mighty muscles to do it. That's fine too. Like you got to be. I interviewed the keyboardist player for Crusade of Bards, and we talked about this. We talked about this very much because his band is a part-time thing for the entire crew. They're all happy with their day jobs. They're all happy with their lives as it is, but the band is growing, so they're going to have an interesting point where they're going to have to make a
Ooh,
decision. They're going to have to make a decision, right?
hard. Like it's hard to do that.
Yeah, but I mean,
Especially if
it's
you enjoy both. Like it's really hard. Like if you hated some like your actual day job, it would be totally
oh,
easy.
it's way
But
easier, but people aren't that simple.
no.
So then, right, right, no one's that simple. It's everybody's got their like. I hate working for people. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to get it going so that by the time May 1st rolls around, I don't have to worry about this shit no more. Right? Actually, if all goes to plan, I'm gonna have hopefully my first serious client by the end of next week. That's kind of my hope,
Yes.
right? But
Yes.
but regardless of what happens next, right? I have a clear goal. I don't want to, again, I'm not, I want to do my own stuff. I don't want to do other people's stuff. So I
Mhm.
got to treat this like, how do I hit certain people? How do I do this? And can I do it quickly? I think the possibility is there. Does it, right? But even if it doesn't work out, I'll know, right? And then go to the next thing, and I'll go to the next thing. Maybe I do end up going back and like maybe I'll work at Starbucks for a while and go, hey, I'll serve your lattes. I don't give a rat's ass, right? I'll do
Mhm.
that for a while. I don't know. I don't care, right? But the whole point is, right? The whole point is like we all have to make those decisions, and what we want is important, and it's okay to not want to be. You don't have to do this and want to be a best-selling author. It's okay.
Nope.
It's totally
Yep.
okay. Just be honest with what your goals are, you know?
Mhm. Which honestly, I don't really have that as a goal because I just want to get myself out there. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I would love it, but it's not my priority. Like,
yeah, and that's
but
fine. As
yeah.
long as you're honest about that,
Mhm.
you're good, right? That's it. You're good,
Yeah.
right?
So,
If you're not honest about it, like you're like, I want, like, do it. I say it like this: do what you want because you want to do it.
mhm.
Don't do it because you're afraid to do it. Right? That's it.
Yeah.
Do it because you want to. And if you do it because you want to, now I'm not gonna say you're always going to be right because we all do stupid shit. But
Yes, we do.
yes, but it's a lot more honest
Mhm.
and people will understand you. If not fully great, if not fully justify what you're doing, they'll at least respect, like, okay, at least you're being honest, right? Now if you're like, I'm gonna do this, but it's the wrong economy, but it's this, but it's that, but it's this, but no. Now you're like, you're not really, you give yourself excuses to not try.
Yep.
And that you'll regret.
Yes. Yep. So.
Yeah. So when do you think your second book's gonna come out?
Oh, well, let's see. We're in March right now. I'm thinking probably June. Hopefully I can have
Wow.
it done by then. Because I'm really cracking down on it. Like I've got, let's see, the scene I'm writing right now is fixing to lead up to the last couple chapters of the book. And then I'm going to go back through and start the editing process. Which editing for me is a little bit easier, but there's some stuff I'm going to go back in and add and maybe lengthen for this part because I wrote majority of it during NaNoWriMo. And that was chaos. So we're going to see how bad chaos it is. I'm going to go back through it. But I'm really happy with it so far because it's a little bit longer than the first book. So we're going to see, like, yeah.
It's cool.
So, and then it's going to go to beta readers. Clap. As in, like, oh, it's going to be scary. But, I need that feedback. So
yeah, no, it's cool. So did I send you that chapter of what I talked about, that Darwin cookbook, like the first chapter of it?
no, you didn't. You'll have to.
I could send it to you. It'd be kind of fun. It starts with the freakiest bar you ever, well, maybe not the freakiest bar you've ever been to, but it definitely has a bit of a character to it for sure.
Sweet.
But yeah, so I'll send it to you after this because it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of it's a nasty book from like the best cut. It's not smutty exactly, although that my main character actually has a pimp.
Yes. So I'm totally gonna change our topic on it. Okay, so Ron Lahr has like dropped his latest book, You Get What You Steal. Okay, so I'm working on reading through it, and I'm so tickled to death because he put a sex scene in it, and it's not like your normal sex scene. It's a very creative, like alien kind of sex scene, not super like steamy. But I had to pause after I read it, and I messaged him. I was like, yes. You put this in here, and it cracked him up. For you guys that don't know who I'm talking about, check out Ron Lahr and his book, You Get What You Steal, that he co-wrote with his author, or his buddy Robin, on Amazon. It's hilarious. So
yes, Ron has a really wicked sense of humor.
He does.
He really, really does. But no, no. So let's see. As far as alien sex goes, that honor goes to Robert Silverberg. For me,
I believe it. So.
If anyone's ever read Bob Silverberg or Robert Silverberg, he actually writes really good stories, but I mean, he also writes really intense, like passionate kind of stuff when it comes to like the sexual stuff. Like he's pretty descriptive. He can be pretty descriptive. He's not the most descriptive person I've ever read, but he definitely doesn't beat around the bush either. So I mean, it's like he's all right. So. But he's old school. We're talking like 70s, 80s, like 90s. Like
I'm gonna have to check it out.
So there's this one where a human being gets made into a total alien, and he gets laid because he has this like girl that's really, really into that kind of freaky stuff. Oh yeah, so it's like a fetish kind of lay thing, and it's like this was like I can't remember what. I want to call it Say More Than Human, but I don't know if that's the right title or not. It's been a long time since I've read that book. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, he so the best Rob, but yeah, like my favorite Rob Silverberg stuff is like The Alien Years. Like that's a really, 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 really interesting book. How the aliens conquered humanity in like 10 seconds. It was incredibly brilliant.
Oh.
No. He just the whole thing is that the aliens occupy Earth for about 50 years. It's the whole thing about it. So that's why it's called the alien years. And no, they win really quick. It's actually really simple. And I've always kept it in my head because I do think that if civilization should collapse, it'll happen pretty much that way.
Oh, yeah, it would make sense.
Right. It's incredibly simplistic. It was like the way they won was so fast. It was like, oh, that makes total sense. And then the rest of the book is basically these group of people trying to survive these alien overmasters who don't really give a shit about the humanity. They're just there to do whatever it is they're going to do. And so yeah, I mean, there's some definite stuff there. They talk about a little bit about incest in there a little bit because of some of the things that go on. Oh yeah, like he doesn't
intense
but he also talks about like again it's not just about that. It's really just about people coming to terms with what they see and hear and do throughout like this period of time in history, good, bad, and different. I think my favorite scene in there is the hacker scene. There's this one guy, he could literally hack everything to such a point.
That's impressive.
Yeah, including the alien technology.
Yeah.
They created a security bot to catch him, and when he fought it the first time, he didn't know what it was, so it won. But when he saw what it was, he goes, "I have one request. I want to fight this thing again because I think I can beat it." And they give him that. It's like, okay, sure. He completely shuts it down in seconds, and they're like, okay. Oh no, because once he knew what it was, he knew how to attack it, right? So when he first fought it, he thought it was another human being. So he fought it like he would fight another human being, and he lost. But once he realized it was a machine, he completely died. Like the Alien Years is probably the coolest Rob Silverberg book I've ever read. I enjoyed that one. He's most known for Dying Inside, which is about a telepath losing his gifts, which is it's an interesting. Oh yeah, he's like old school science fiction, Maddie. Some of it is really fucking cool.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I haven't read a lot of old science fiction stuff, and I really didn't get into science fiction until like college years. So I was very much urban fantasy, romance, fantasy.
It's okay. My discovery in that era was Alana Andrews. I got into like them, I should say, because they're a husband and wife team. Thanks to a friend of mine. And it's like, oh, this series is total crack. It really is. But no, any science fiction we'll say 95. There are some modern guys that do it well, but pre 95, there's a very specific style to the science fiction, and then science fiction becomes this hard sci-fi thing over time. Some of it's still really good. But what I always loved about science fiction was the sometimes the moral dilemmas, these technologies, these aliens, I enjoyed that stuff a lot. And that stuff stopped pretty much when the grandmasters of way back in the day passed on. There's still a few examples of it today, but it's not till like it was. So science fiction has become a very different animal. But like for my money, I Heart Me, Roger Zelazny, it's one of my personal favorites. He's fantasy, but I really, again, as I've gotten older, I've gotten more into him, and that's Michael Moorcock. Don't ask me why. He's just one of those like really old school. He's my junk read, like totally, but I love it. But like Zelazny, Silverberg, Samuel Delaney, Spider Robinson, there are some really good like old school stuff that's really, 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 really fun.
Murderbot.
Who writes Murderbot? My favorite modern sci-fi writer is probably Peter Hamilton or Robert Sawyer. But Peter Hamilton, I enjoy him a little bit more than that. But I do like Rob a lot too. Rob is the closest thing to Asimov you'll read. I don't know if you ever read any Isaac Asimov or not, but yeah.
I may have. I don't know. I'd have to look. I've read so many books. I have trouble keeping up with authors and stuff now. Like some of them, unless they absolutely completely stand out. But yeah.
So we'll end this chat real soon. But before we go, I gotta ask this then. Not your own. What are your favorite books right now?
So a lot of Ivy Asher, Sarah J. Maas, Kelena Price, which are all like fantasy romance. Ivy Asher does Reverse Harem. Ivy Smoke is up there, and then C.L. Snyder. They do hers is so Ivy Smoke is very much a steamy romance only author. And then C.L. Snyder has a Nightfire series, which is this dragon. She's technically kind of a half dragon person. And she basically has to save not only the human world, but like her realm where she's from with all the dragons and stuff. And then she discovers like there's more, like there's this like almost like plague like thing that's affecting other realms, and
Ooh.
she can open portals. So it's really good. So
Martha Wells is really good.
ooh.
Martha Wells is actually.
I
really,
have heard
really
that name before too. So.
Yeah, no, I liked my favorite book of hers is Necromancer's Candle. Really, really cool book. Old school, but really, really cool. So, no, it's cool. Like we all got our favorites. Like right now, I'm like for my junk, it's Classroom of the Elite, which is a Japanese light novel. I'm currently reading Christopher Russell's Divinity book, and then I haven't decided what's going to be next. It's either going to be Renegades by Marissa Mayer, or it's going to be my buddy Stone Abdullah's book Journey of the Shadow, because Stone is just really freaking cool. So I've been reading a lot more. I've read a lot more indie stuff this year. Like actually almost every one of my reads, but like one has been indie. So this year so far. Yeah, the Classroom really is not indie. It's Japanese light novel, so it's like a really, really like tiny niche. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? So, but a popular niche. So I enjoy it. But I mean, I've read Jennifer Lieberman. I've read Catherine Hudson. I've read I'm reading Christopher Russell. I read this Anita gal. She knows who she is somewhere. Right. Alice going on the ultimate killing spree. That was epic to read.
I've got Anita's books on my list. I'm not getting through them as fast as I used to because I'm writing more. But
yeah, no, that becomes a habit. Like my goal this year is to read 40 books. I'm good with that.
I'm at 50. 50 is my goal. 50 was my goal for last year too, but I actually made it to 100. And I'm not including the books I read to my child, which is about 5 a night.
No, I read a lot. I still read a lot of comics. But I don't. That's a separate thing for me at this point. And I don't even read them as fast as I used to anymore. I still love them, but it is what it is. And maybe I have to try this Madilynn Dale author. I hear she's good. I hear it somewhere.
I mean, I'm happy that like Joe was impressed with it because that like I feel like I could reach a new like audience. So
it's all on how you reach people too. Sometimes it's not the story. It's how you reach them. That's actually the really important part. But I think Miss Madi, we've had some illustration. We had some drinking. We talked about your kids has held the show hostage.
Yes.
And again, which is okay. It's all good. You have your husband you're going to have to go deal with now, and he's probably going to be like,
yeah.
That's why
he has to meet the cat.
But you did draw Batman.
Oh, he came out to him and gave him his belly and let him pet his belly. That's good. Maybe I'm not in too much trouble then.
Little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, like we talked about earlier, it's that taking care of thing. You might have to be good for like ever at this point, or at least for a while. At least until you have a few less animals in the house.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah. So which Batman did you like? Fat Bastard Batman or like Alien Batman? A second time around, I drew him.
Fat Bastard Batman.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it was funny.
Yeah.
But yours is still really good. So I mean, like I loved with the color in there in general. It made it pop. So.
Yeah. Well, apparently I'm good with my color stuff. It's good. I don't know. But anyways, Miss Madi, we've had a really fun time, and you got to come back when your next book's ready.
Yes, absolutely.
But before we go, why don't you talk about this book right now?
All right. So, is it Black Flames, right? Okay, I was like, wait, which one? Because I also told you about the new one. I'm kind of working on. Black Flames is a very empowering, steamy romance novel with a strong female character who gets her world turned upside down after discovering her mom's had a one-night stand with the devil, who was her sort of first love, sort of. Yeah,
sort
without giving too much away. I'm like, oh gosh, spoilers. Yes. Anyway, she basically has to figure out how to get out of a contract her parents put her in with the Alpha's son. And she sacrifices a lot and finds a way out of it and also finds herself. So, yeah.
That's really, really, really cool. I'm actually doing something kind of really fun here.
Ooh.
I'm doing something really fun for the audience here. Brace yourself, folks. Go in here. This is where you, again, almost a trained professional over here. Almost. This is where you can find Black Flames.
And it is awesome, you guys. Check it out in paperback.
Yeah, that's right. We definitely are doing that. And now I gotta do my usual spiel here.
Which is an awesome book before he
Yeah.
starts.
Yes. Oh, dude. I love that what the heck? I love my when I look at me up now. They're like, no, you meant this. No, I didn't mean that. I meant money.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I this is what I mean. So this, folks, almost here, is my book.
Yes.
Alice in Wonderland, Greek mythology put together. Alice is Pandora. Alice chases the Queen of Hearts over the edge of the world and ends up in the Greek underworld, where to escape, she must play croquet against Jason of the Argonauts. In this place, Alice and company discover gods, monsters, and perhaps most importantly, themselves. It's available now on Amazon. Definitely check that out. And that, folks, is this week. We got ourselves a pretty cool final week of the month coming up here.
Gosh.
I have no stream on Monday. I'm actually taking Monday off because I think I've earned it. Troy and Jim Lambert join me Tuesday after I'm done doing another show for another network. That's gonna be kind of cool.
Which
Cosplayer,
is gonna be a blast.
Yeah. Cosplayer Shauna Weiner is my guest on Wednesday. Leland Begarg is back with his comic and Kickstarter Thursday. I don't have a stream as of yet Friday. I may change that. But Saturday, I have Sarah Connell, who is a piano player. There's some really cool classical instruments and piano. As you know, every once in a while, I like doing a little bit of different stuff. Like my current podcast has a woodworking, like talks about woodworking and art in some really fun ways.
I saw that.
Yeah, because you need to do that once in a while. You need to break the formula of your own show sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing it again because I like good art. But that is next week. Guys, it's been a pleasure. It's been fun. This will do it for this week of Just Joshing. Stay inspired. Keep shining in the dark. And I will see you guys next week, probably Tuesday.